Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at XRP then, shall we? We'll try and work out if there's any moves to be had, if there's any future in this at the moment, and we've got to look at a few things, including Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance. So at the moment, right this second, I'm trying to do some sort of, I suppose, evening trading, but things are so slow. It's a shame really, because at the moment I'm trading pretty much exclusively with Bityard, and they give every Friday there's one token that they let you trade for free, so no trading fees basically, so you can go extremely high leverage, no fee whatsoever. But there's no point in doing that if you've missed all the moves. All the moves have finished for me right now. So I've got all this 0% fee to use, but no moves to use it in. So I thought I'd make some videos anyway. So let's have a look at XRP, shall we? Oh, and by the way, actually, get yourself set up on Bityard, because they're introducing a copy trader system. So I'm not suggesting you copy me. My success rate isn't that great, but it's not bad either. But there's some traders out there, pro traders, with a 95 or higher % success rate, so it wouldn't be such a bad idea copying them. So get yourself set up, there's a link below, and then just when the copy trader comes out in about a week or two, then just stick $1,000 in there, see how that goes. Like I say, if you've got somebody doing it for you, essentially, with that kind of success rate, you can kind of just go to bed, can't you, really make some money? So let's have a look where our money is with XRP. So at the moment we rallied, not too shabby, but in all fairness, it's quite a poor show in comparison to the rest of these other alts. Even Uni token, for instance, which has just been dying, but it's not really fair to say that, because Uni token has dropped completely out of the sky. But Uni, it rallied like 18%. It's probably going to fall all the way back down again, I should say. So we've got to work out, is this a top for Bitcoin? Is this an actual top, or a local top, should I say? You know, are we going to retrace from here? If you were paying attention to the markets, interesting thing happened. Bitcoin rallied, hit this area here, did a subtle retrace, and during that period, while it retraced from 15,000 down to about 14,800, during that time that it went down, altcoins went up. All right, it's very rare to actually see anything like that. And what that did on the Bitcoin dominance is, just for about an hour, it basically crushed it, and it crushed it massively. But then it recovered extremely well. And this is the situation we're in at the moment. You know, with Bitcoin dominance increasing more and more and more, where is it that it's going to go? Where is the top going to be for Bitcoin? Or should I say, when is the relief rally going to take place for altcoins? Now, when we're looking at this on a daily, it does look extremely bullish, and it is bullish. Let's face it is definitely bullish. Now, a lot of people are calling the top in at 66 for the Bitcoin dominance, and what this means is when it reaches 66, whatever price Bitcoin might be, that's when it will have a sizable retrace and alts will rally. But that's not how I see it. I notice a lot of people on Twitter feel that is the case, but I don't feel that is the case. I think we're going to have a more substantial rejection at this level, around 67.8%, or wherever this 100, 200 exponential moving average is on the weekly for Bitcoin dominance, and it's only then when we have a sizable retrace. And to be honest with you, I'm not saying that we're going to have a massive crash or anything like that, or a huge run. I think the dominance chart is still going to remain pretty bullish, to be honest with you, but this is where the gains will be made. So at the moment, you know, we've still got a way to go before we reach that level. You're going to have what you've seen today is essentially relief rallies for altcoins. It's not an alt season, it's a relief rally. You'll probably see the gains start to drop that these altcoins have made, and they get fed back into Bitcoin, and that is basically a relief rally, and then it just gets reabsorbed into Bitcoin. But when we reach this level here, we will likely see a sizable retrace of about 5%, which doesn't sound much, but for a Bitcoin dominance chart, that's a big deal. And then we will see that the alt season. So I can't tell you exactly when that's going to be. It could be in a week or two, but I'm thinking a bit before the end of this year, and by the end of the year we'll see some really decent moves with the altcoins. So buying at low levels, even though you might get hit still, is not such a bad idea after all. So a lot of these coins have been really dropping, and that whole DeFi thing is just, you know, it's an embarrassing mistake really for a lot of people, and in many ways the best thing to do is to side with the strong. Now, I'm not in any way suggesting that this is a strong chart. It's clearly not a very strong chart, but if you've watched my channel, if you've seen some of my videos, there's one video that I made which is, it's not like this, it's a more in-depth analysis with definitely better production value involved of the XRP market cycle. So I won't bore you to death. If you choose to watch it, I'll leave a link above my head somewhere, you can watch that. But it might be quite insightful for anybody who's buying XRP and wanting to call it, say that it will reach its all-time high again, which I believe it will, and there's a reason for that. And it's basically got a market cycle that basically, unlike Bitcoin, the market cycle for XRP has done it before. It's done it twice, and now we're fulfilling it a third time round. Consolidates basically for about 70% of the time, because the gains that are made at the end during the last 8 to 6 months are so significant that the consolidation phase lasts basically 3.5 years. So this is basically what's playing out, and some people get it, some people don't get it, but that's basically the deal. So when you look at a chart like this, you think, oh my god, what is that? That's just going to go down and down and down and down, and you're right. But this red line here represents the consolidation phase, which is now technically over. So this is now what's called an accumulation phase, which might seem a bit weird because, people think accumulation, well, consolidation's over, why aren't we rallying? Well, technically we did rally, and if you were to measure this rally here from we won't even count that bit, or shall we? We'll count that bit for fun. That's a pretty sizable move. That was 85%. So for a coin that people don't like very much, or some people love very much, whichever side of the fence you are on, or if you're like me that basically likes to trade charts, analyze charts, that is a big move. That's a very big move by any standard. 85% move, that's a big move. If we read it from here, which is what I prefer to look at, because this is where we burst up, and then we came down to test this green 50 exponential. We rode it. We didn't break down beneath it. Basically, being down beneath it is bearish, above it is bullish in simple terms, and then we rallied from there. That was a 70% move. So when I say side with the strong, this is technically one of the strong coins. And just to save you from watching that video, the consolidation's over, the accumulation's in. The 4-year cycle is basically got another year left, which means that we're going to see pretty much stagnant still moves from XRP, very likely for at least another 4 months. You might start to see some fake outs, some dummy runs as soon as January, for instance, but I wouldn't expect to see anything of any significance, nothing that will blow anyone away until about May. But also, what that means is if you don't have time for trading, if you're not a trader, if you just want to buy and hold, personally, I don't think it's such a bad coin to buy in, because technically these are the lows for XRP. The lows are this is the bottom ish, the bottom-ish level, and the accumulation phase can begin anywhere from the absolute low, which would have been about 10 cent, all the way back down here, to as high as 87 or 86 cent, which is this level here, where this candle body closed, and it's only when we break above there, so 88, 89 cent, that's when the parabolic move will take place. And that's going to take a long time for us to get there, like I say, because we consolidate for a very long period of time. We'll probably have a big move, maybe even up to 80 cent or so, and then we'll consolidate from there. People think that's over, and then we will launch again from there. Again, I would urge you to watch that video of mine. It makes a lot more sense than what I'm just saying now. It's laid out in pretty simple terms, but like I say, it's not a video like this. It's a bit flashier. Anyway. So that's what I'm expecting. So, having the balls to buy, and I'm not suggesting you buy anything because I'm not a financial advisor. It's not a financial advice. But if you are holding, if you have bought down here, I wouldn't worry too much about it. And yeah, there's a lot of people that say, "Oh, you're an idiot," blah blah blah. You've bought XRP. What are you thinking? Look, markets are cyclical, okay, and it's proved already to us on 2 occasions that the cyclical nature of XRP works like this, and it goes up massively, down for a long period of time, consolidating because it went up so high. Did it again, now we're consolidating again, second time round. Are we going to fulfill the market cycle? I think it's very likely that we will. This is one of the oldest altcoins out there. It's still got an enormous market cap. and this is just the way that it works, unfortunately. So yeah, patience will be rewarded in the end, and these are technically some of the lowest you'll be able to pick it up at. The lowest I would expect it to drop down to again would be around 22 cent, and if we broke down from there, it would be significant breakdown from there. We'll be coming down to around about 17 cent, but still, like I say, it sounds mad when I speak about it like this, but the accumulation phase is anywhere from between 10 and 88 cent, and that's ridiculous when you think about it, because even if you bought it at 10 and it went up to 88 cent, that's still accumulation, but that some people have made an 8x at that point already. You wait till it breaks above there, which it will do, and it will do in about a year from now. People might look back at this video and go, well, yeah, it did do it. It'll happen so fast because this is how it does it. It reaccumulates. It's still relatively slow, and then about 6 months towards the end you start to see it making those steps, and it will get to, in about we're talking about May maybe at the earliest, we'll probably see it starting to double in its value reasonably quick. As soon as it picks up from there, it'll be pretty high. I've rambled on. You might as well just watch the video. You might as well just watch the market cycle video. Anyway, what are we doing right now? Unfortunately, on the daily here, we've broken down beneath this green 50 exponential. Despite the rally that we've had today, this is where we were rejected from, and it looks like we're going to get rejected from again. Now, that might seem pretty nasty because I said before, a little while ago, that being beneath there is bearish. We got rejected from it here, staying beneath it, a little bit of a rally above it, but staying beneath it. We're still beneath it now. So long as we're not beneath this 200 exponential moving average, this white one, it's not the worst thing in the world. But look, we've got this Ichimoku cloud here, looking pretty red, and it's basically like a resistance, this red resistance cloud for, in simple terms. But the other indicators are showing reasonably decent buy signals at these levels right now. So what we've got here, we've got the MACD, I suppose, going slightly bullish. The histogram's moving in. It's still in bearish territory, but it's showing early signs of what could be a decent move. The RSI is making higher highs and higher lows, and the money flow index is so low that normally when you get something this low, it's a pretty much a done deal for a decent move, and the moves will play out pretty well after that level. So we'll see if we can find anything similar to that. So look, when we get money flow index down at these bottom levels, they are basically, for me, one of the strongest buy signals that you can get. So we broke all the way down here, money flow index dancing around here, rose all the way up, and from there to there, which would have been the sell signal, we had, this is kind of unfair really, but from there to the sell signal, which would be the day before the top, where we blew off 123%. Here we had another very low, but we did retrace a little further. I say a little further, that's about 8%. But if you held it on from there to the top, where the money flow index, if you can see just here, where that top is, between here and here, I would have probably sold as soon as we crept into it around here, pretty much on the high. That's another close to 80% move. So you can see that this now is getting to this low point here. It's not broken down beneath it. It's getting relatively low. But again, it's one of those indicators that is definitely worth looking at. Even here, look. So we came all the way down to the bottom. We poked our head down at the bottom, and where would we have sold it at? We would have sold it when it I probably would have sold it there, to be honest with you. I wouldn't have gone much further than that. But that's still 41% move. So we're getting close to that level now. So yeah, we could easily come back down, and we could come back down quite a bit. But the signals are now telling us that there is moves ahead with XRP, and I wouldn't worry too much. And I think within the next couple of weeks, we'll see some significant gains with XRP, gains which aren't going to wipe the smug faces off the Bitcoin maximalists, for instance. That's not going to happen for a while, but moves that will make any XRP holder reasonably happy with their decision to have bought it in the first place. Anyway, I'm going to leave it with you there. I would urge you to watch that video, and I also would urge you to set up an account on Bityard. Like I say, the copy trader system that they're about to launch is definitely going to help anyone if they don't want to margin trade themselves, but they want to put their trust in a successful trader. It's definitely worth setting it up. Anyway, there's a link below, and I hope you have a nice evening and take it easy.